Hello everybody and welcome to a new video from Ruben Gorjian Photography. So what I'm gonna talk about today, the subject is my gear at weddings. So as you guys know, I'm a wedding photographer based in New York. This is my studio in Long Island and I shoot about 30 weddings a year. And the type of clientele that I shoot is mostly Jewish wedding, Persian and American. And they're pretty big weddings. Between 600 to 900 guests, so it's a lot of people, big wedding halls, and a lot of to cover throughout the day. Regardless of the number of guests that you are serving on the wedding day, approximately the gear is about the same. I receive a lot of messages and requests about doing a video like this because some people they don't know if they should bring everything or not everything, and they don't wanna carry a lot of stuff and so on. The way I think is I should bring, and I do bring really everything that really fits in my this two think tank bag, if not more. The reason why is that you never know what can happen. You never know what you might need the day of the wedding. You cannot take a chance on the wedding day, on the most important day of somebody's life, and not have an extra battery, an extra flash, or that lens that you didn't feel like putting in your bag and carry to your wedding day. So I really carry everything, and I don't leave anything to chance, and nothing that can disrupt my my work day, my workflow as well. So let's jump immediately into the gear. So I am a Sony shooter, and I have two main bodies. I shoot with the Sony A7R3, which is my newest camera, and I have the Sony A9. The reason why I have two different type of bodies is that this one has larger files, so that allows me to manipulate better on post-production and create those type of edits that I like. But as well, the A9, even though it has almost half of the megapixel on this camera, it's an amazing body, and I shoot with both of them throughout the day with no problem at all. So I have two main bodies always with me, and I have a backup camera. Actually I have two backup cameras. This one is this A7R2, and I used to use it until I got the A7R3. Also this one has very big files, and for the same reason I told you before, for editing purpose, this is a very good camera as well. The only downside is that it has only one memory card slot, and I know there is a lot of issues about this, especially with the new Nikon that has also one camera slot. And I think that camera company that they target weddings photographers should have two camera slots, because if something happened to one memory card, you have the backup and you're safe. Shooting a wedding with one memory card is really taking a big risk. So thank God I have the A7R3, and now my problems are solved. Then my second backup camera is the Sony 6500 that I'm using to shoot this video with. Let's jump into lenses. I have 5 lenses in my kit. I have the 16 to 35, which is the one that I'm using to create this video, and this is a wide lens, which is one of my favorite lenses that I'm using. Again, it's a Sony GM 65 to 35 f2.8 is a great lens for wide shot and dramatic shot as well. Then I have the 7200 Sony f2.8 GM, another amazing lens done with the that Sony did. Then a prime, which is the 85mm 1.4. This is a super duper lens. I use this lens mostly for portrait and getting ready and something like that, and it's an amazing lens. Then I have my 24-70, which is a must-have for wedding photographers. 2.8 GM, amazing lens as well. Then I have my kind of I don't want to say toy lens, but very close to it. But another lens that I really use a lot is a 24-105 G series f4. I use this lens for reception mostly, and during dancing. For example, if I'm focusing on the bride dancing and then the groom is doing something crazy or jumping, I can zoom into 105 and don't miss any of those shots. I shoot receptions at f4 regardless of the lens that I use, so this one comes native with f4, so it's not a big problem. It's a little bit slow to focus, but for the reason that I need it, it's fine. Then I have 4 Godox or Flashpoint AD200. I have 4 of them, and I use them for ceremony and receptions. I use them in the 4 corners of the room for ceremony. I use also ceremony and reception. I gel them, and on 2 of them I use the grid from Magmod, as you can see, and I can really focus the light on particular flashes. So I have 4 of these, of course, fully battery before going to a wedding, and I have 2 spare battery for any reason that might have. Maybe your battery died faster or something happened to it, it doesn't recharge or doesn't work. You have always at least 2 of these to spare for any inconvenience. And I replace 2 batteries from the one wedding, and I replace the 2 unused on the next one, so they don't sit for a long time without being used, and so on. Then, as I said, I have my Magmod system. I have the grid, I have the sphere, I have the gel and the gel kit in the back over there, and I cannot shoot without a Magmod system. It's reliable, it's high quality, and it's affordable. I can't wait to have my hands on the Magbox that just came out. That would be awesome as well. So don't forget to pre-order that one if you have the need of it. As I said, I use Godox for my off-camera flash, and of course I have 2 of Speedlight with the mag grid, with the mag grid on it, and grip. Sorry, these goes on my own camera, and I use a Magmod sphere on top of it. I have a backup Speedlight, so in total I have 3 Speedlights for my weddings. Of course, battery charge before going to a wedding as well. I have 4 of the Godox or Flashpoint trigger. Why I have 4? Because I most of the time I have a 2nd or 3rd shooter in my team, and if they need to shoot portrait, family portrait, and using my either 8600 or the 8200 for the family portrait, they can use one of these. I have for Sony, Nikon, and Canon. So depends on the shooter that I'm hiring for the day. They can use one of my trigger as well. In case one of these trigger fails, my Speedlights can be used as trigger as well. Of course, I have sorry, I have a battery charger for my Speedlight, for my Sony cameras with additional batteries, and for my AD200. You never know your battery might die faster than expected, so you can recharge it quickly, immediately. I have my clean kit. I have my other mag mod modifiers. Of course, I have business cards. I have additional batteries, fully charged for the day. Ooh. Then I have these, which are really important. They are made from think tank as well. These are memory card pouches. Why do I have two different colors? These are my empty memory cards. This pouch is totally empty. So I use this one is for the SD card, and this one is for the CF cards. As you can see, they're fully ready to go, and I hook them up in my pants. The SD card on one side, the empty pouch on the other one. As soon as my card gets filled, I replace it with a new one, and I put the full one into the empty one, and the empty one stay hooked up in my pants, and the pouch goes inside my pocket. It's very durable, and this pouch doesn't leave my pocket until I get home and I unhook it, put it on my cabinet, and until the next day when I go back to the studio to back them up. So this is, for me, is very important, and it's a system that I've been using for a long time, and it's perfect. Never had any issue with that as well, and you should consider it having it. I have this empty, but almost empty. I have my earplugs for music. It's always good if you don't want to have headaches the next day. I always bring with me few bars in case you're late, you want to grab something to eat quickly, or you're not given vendor meals as well. I have Excedrin or Tylenol in case you get headaches or anything that can go wrong in the day. I have Imodium in my bag as well, in case that happens. And I have my straps. I have double strap, single strap, and I have my spider holster as well to carry my camera with me. These two bags are made from Think Tank. One is a trolley, one is a backpack, and fits everything in these two bags, and no problem. Of course, I have my bag with AD600, which are the big strobes. I have two of them always in my bag. I have 3 batteries plus charger, battery fully charged. I use the AD600 for family portrait with a 6-foot umbrella. Then I use the AD600 for creative artistic images. If we go outside in a sunny day or something like that, I can create dramatic images using my strobe. To put my AD600, AD200, I have 4 Manfrotto stands. I think they're 12 feet high, and they are cushion foldable, so they don't drop down immediately when you release the tight. I have my how you call it, the trolley, the wagon that you can buy from Amazon, where I stuff everything inside and I just carry with me to the venue. I have 2 how you call it, 2 step ladder. There are 3 steps ladder, and I use them during reception, so I can have a higher level in case it's very crowded, and I can get my shot. So that's about it, guys. That's my gear setup for weddings. I hope this video was helpful, and next time you go to a wedding you can have more gear with you. And even if it's heavy, just better to be sure that you have everything, rather than miss a shot or miss something and get your clients upset with you because you didn't want to bring an extra body or an extra battery or lens. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, of course, and follow me on Instagram at Ruben Gorjian Photo, or at my Facebook groups and my Facebook pages. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.